Hey guys, so I'm here today to film my migraine story video for you. I wanted to film it in my bedroom because it felt like just the right place to film this super casual video where you can see that I have 12 cups of water on my dresser and I'm just like everyone else. This has been on my list of videos to film forever, and the reason I've kind of been deterred is I feel like there's this stigma with everything in life where someone has it worse than you so you can't complain. And although my chronic pain is not the same, like I don't wake up with a migraine every single day. I know there are people with way worse migraines than me, but I wanted to film this video because I feel like people who have subpar chronic pain still should get to have their message out there. And for anyone that is suffering from migraines to know that like just because your migraines aren't life-ending or every single day or more chronic than other people's, it doesn't mean that they're not as serious. And also because I was that person that every time anyone told me they had a migraine, I thought they were a pussy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I will equate it to this. In Grey's Anatomy, there's a guy that comes in, I have seen every season of Grey's Anatomy at least 12 times, so like, don't try to out Grey's Anatomy. There's a guy who comes in with chronic headaches and they ask him what his pain is and he says an 8. And Christina Yang, who is my favorite character ever, who is literally me, says, his 8's my 2. And that's what I thought. I thought like everyone's just a bunch of little bitches. They have no pain tolerance and I'm tougher than everybody. And then I started getting migraines as my karma. So, and I understand, I get it. Like it's hard to grasp someone else's pain when you can't visually see it. Like a broken leg, a wound, anything like that, like you can see that person's pain. When someone's crying, you can see their pain, but a headache, a migraine is in their brain. It's hard to verbalize what it feels like, and it's hard to get other people to understand it. Like when I first started getting migraines, my husband was like, I get migraines all the time. And I was like, no you don't, because first of all, you're a man. If you had a migraine, you'd be in the fetal position because when you have a cold, you can't move. You know how boys are when they're sick. So it's like this, there's this weird stigma of like, do you really have a migraine or are you just a little bitch? But I'm here to tell you that migraines are real, and if you don't think they're real, have an actual conversation with somebody who has migraines and they will tell you just how real they are. So I moved into this house about 3 years ago. Actually, it'll be 3 years ago this weekend, or tomorrow, I believe. So I moved in this house 3 years ago and I started getting migraines after that. So I've been having migraines for about 3 years. And at the beginning, I kind of just sucked it up. I didn't think that migraines were a serious enough thing to go to the doctors for, and I just kind of found my own home remedies. For me, a migraine would usually start as like a dull headache in the morning. And then as the day progressed, by about 3 p.m., I would be in throbbing pain just waiting for my workday to end so that I could go home and die. I would come home, close the door to my bedroom, shut the curtains. Then I would get a face cloth, roll it up, and I would put it under the tap into like scalding hot water so that it was as hot as possible. Like it hurt me to wring it out. And then I would lay it across my eyes and I would lay in bed like that and pray for the headache to go away. Usually when you're laying in bed with something over your eyes, with your eyes closed, you fall asleep. It's just your body has nothing else to do. So I would fall asleep and I would wake up and usually I'd feel okay. I'd have like that, there's this thing called like a migraine hangover. And if you haven't heard of it, basically it's when your migraine has passed but you still feel hungover. Like it's like when you aren't drunk anymore but you feel like garbage still. Like it's not as bad, you don't have the pain, but you just feel like groggy and like not all there, and it sucks. So I had migraines like that for a while. I will say sometimes it has to do with something with me eating poorly. Like if I eat an entire bag of chips, which like, don't judge me, I eat an entire bag of chips a lot. And when I do that, I get a migraine because I'm an adult and I don't understand that I shouldn't be doing that, and then I get a migraine because my body's like, whoa bitch, this is not okay. Or it actually also lines up a lot with my period. I didn't even notice that. My husband noticed that to start with, that he's like, you know, every time you're about to get your period, you get a migraine. And I'm like, man, I never even noticed that. Now it's not as much. It's like some of them are like that, but a lot of the time they just fucking happen out of nowhere. There's no cause, there's no nothing, it just happens. So that happened for a couple years, and then about, I guess a year ago, I had a migraine for 5 days. It was lovely. And again, at this point, I was still just doing my home remedies of like taking 2 Advil liquid gels, laying in a dark room, and praying for it to go away. There were some times where like I had a migraine for an entire day and it wouldn't go away, but usually it didn't last any longer than that. So then I got a migraine on a Thursday at the end of the day of work. Like I said, I would get a dull headache during the day. It would build up to a migraine because I'm the kind of person that like I don't like taking medicine. I don't like taking pills. I just feel like my body should naturally deal with its shit. Like when I'm sick, I don't take cold medicine. I'm just like, body, do your thing. You'll cure this when it should be cured, and just like do it naturally. Like I'm not like a holistic person. I just don't like putting medicine in my body. So when I have a dull headache, I don't take care of it. I don't like take the day off work. I don't take medicine. I just push through, and then I end up with a headache, with a migraine. So that was the Thursday. And so then I had a migraine Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday my husband was like, maybe you should like go to the doctors or something. And this was after he had a gig on a Saturday and I bailed because I was in bed all day with a migraine. It wouldn't go away. Nothing I did would cure this. So finally on the Monday, I went to the doctor's and he prescribed me this. It's called Zomig Rapimelt, and it's zolmitriptan orally dispersed tablets, 2.5 milligrams. This is just giant box, has 6 tablets in it, which is so annoying, but he gave me a lot of refills. So he told me to take 2 Advils with it because they're like an anti-inflammatory, and then take the pill and hopefully it would kill my migraine. When I went to the doctors, they also gave me like those brain tumor tests. Like you have to touch your nose and then touch his finger, and then he like does the thing where he puts your fingers here. You have to tell them when you can't see them anymore. I know they're brain tumor tests because I watch Grey's Anatomy and I've seen Meredith Grey do them. What up? So he did all that, prescribed me the pills. When I get migraines, they're mostly like, for me, it feels like a sharp stabbing pain in my temple. Usually it's one or the other, but every once in a while it'll switch from one to the other. So he gave me this pill and it does really help. It still takes, I still have to go in a dark room, turn off the lights, take the pills, lay down with my eyes closed. I no longer use a wet cloth. What I use is, I can't find it right now, but it's called a magic bag. They're like those bean bag things that you can put in the freezer or the microwave to cool them down or heat them up. I put mine in the microwave for about 2 minutes so that it's nice and warm, and I lay it across my forehead or whichever temple is really painful. And I also will put an eye mask on. This one's for like, just like, it came with a Victoria's Secret pajama set, so I just kept it for this reason, and I always sleep with this on when I have a migraine so that it just blocks out all the light. I've like laid t-shirts across my head and like put my face under the blankets before, but then I feel like I can't breathe. So an eye mask is your best bet. I do love the magic bags because they're so like malleable that you can lay them over your head in whichever position you're in. You can lay them on your neck depending on where hurts. So I really do love the magic bag, and I think it's way better than the face cloth thing, because the face cloth, when you wet it with warm water, it only stays warm for so long, whereas magic bag stays warm for a lot longer, and then you can just nuke it again. It's easier. So that's what I do. I probably get a migraine, I would say every, I guess 1 to 3 times a month I get a migraine. It really depends. It's all over the place. When I get sick, I always get a migraine before I get sick. Like I remember last time I got sick, sometimes you get a migraine that's so bad that you feel like you have the flu. I've had that one before, where when I have the flu, usually what it is I just sleep a lot and I can't get out of bed. And I've woken up with a migraine so bad that I can't get up. And then I've finally pushed myself to get out of bed, taken my pills, and there's a hair in my mouth. Taken my pills, and then I feel fine. And I'm like, oh wow, I literally thought I was sick but also had a migraine, but really I just had a migraine and it had killed me. And same with the last time I had the flu. I got a migraine the first 3 days of the flu. So like I took these pills like for 3 days in a row, which I'm sure isn't healthy, but I did it anyways because I kind of had to, and it did kill the migraine, but I still felt sick, but not as much. Like I guess it's that head cold. You get a head cold and then like my migraine just kicks in. I don't know how my body works, but it pisses me off and it does that. So I do get a lot of migraines around my illnesses. Sometimes it's around my menstruation, and sometimes it's just because I eat shitty, and sometimes it's just for literally nothing because I get migraines. Not gonna lie to you, it's not great. I've thought about seeing a doctor, I've never seen like a neurologist or anything. When I got these pills, I believe I got 6 refills, so I've gone through all but 1 refill in a year. I guess that means I've had 30 migraines in a year. just over a year. I think I got these in February of last year. So that is about 2 to 3 migraines a month, which, I mean, I guess sounds like a lot. I don't know how anyone could cope with getting more than that many migraines a month, but props to you peeps for doing that, because it's sucky. When I go back to get this refilled, I might see if my doctor will refer me to a neurologist. Like, I live in Canada, so I get free healthcare, so it's not anything to me. You have to just get a referral, but it'll probably take a really long time to get the referral and actually get it to go through. But regardless, this is my migraine story. I'm not recommending you take these pills. Obviously, if you're having migraines, my thought would be go to a doctor, because they can actually give you medicine that will help. I've also considered trying medical marijuana because it is legal in Canada, and actual marijuana will be legalized, I think, by this summer. So it's something that I've considered, but like, weed has always just made me giggly. And I don't know if like I mean, I know that you can take like, I think it's CBD oil that doesn't have the THC in it that can like cure you without making you dumb. But yeah, things I'm considering, but right now this is working for me, and so it's been working, and that's my migraine story. I'd like to hear any of your like suggestions for like how you guys treat your migraines down below, or what your migraines are like. If you have any questions about migraines, ask and I'll do my best to answer. Again, I'm not an expert. I just know what I've personally been through. I find that when I have a migraine, I ask my doctor, like, is there something I should be eating to cure my migraine? Because there's like all sorts of like articles about what you should eat to cure your migraine, but he was like, it's more so what you shouldn't eat, like no alcohol, no caffeine, no gross stuff. Usually I just eat fruit when I have a migraine, and like sometimes some crackers, because like I'm not hungry, but I know I should still fuel my body. So I think I covered everything. This is just my story and what I've been dealing with for migraines for probably the last 3 years. The last year has definitely been the easiest because I have had medicine to deal with it, but this is life. I apparently get migraines, and I don't know if they'll ever go away. I hope this was helpful. If you are a person who doesn't have migraines and you second guess people like I used to do, don't, because you're gonna get migraines as karma. Like me. But I also want to say that, like, just if you're skeptical about somebody who has migraines, literally just ask them questions about it. Most people, I feel like most people aren't like ashamed. Like, a migraine is something to be ashamed of. Like, it's not like it's just something that happens to you, and I feel like most people would be okay with asking questions. If you don't want to ask someone in your life questions, again, you can ask me questions and I'll tell you all about how fucking awful and debilitating it is. You literally are in excruciating pain, and like it doesn't just, I guess the easiest way to say it is, it doesn't just affect your head. It's not just pain, it's just like your whole body shuts down. Like I said, I've had migraines where I feel like I have the flu, like I physically can't move and I feel like I'm dying. So yeah, also I guess a good way to help with migraines I also do is drink lots of water when I have them, because I feel like dehydration definitely contributes to a migraine, but I'm also really bad at drinking water, so yeah. Let me say that's my story one more time. I hope you guys found this video helpful or like useful in some way. Let me know if you like this idea of video. I definitely want to do more videos that are just like talking about life and shit. So, I mean, I could do a whole story time video about how I met my husband on the internet, but that's a whole other situation. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. Thoughts go to all you girls and guys that are suffering with migraines. You are champions, because it fucking sucks, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.